What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel and to another video. I know yesterday the title of the video is fixing everything that is wrong with my Evo, but there's one last thing that didn't come in time for that video, and it is the throttle body shaft seals. So ever since we pulled the motor out of this car, we put it all back together. It's been running a little bit lean, and I'm pretty sure we have a leak, a boost leak somewhere, and I'm 99% sure it is the throttle body shaft seals on the throttle body. So first things first, we are going to be replacing those. I picked these up online. I'll have them linked down below. They're two little tiny seals that I didn't replace when I had the throttle body off. So we're going to swap those out, and then we have a few eBay parts to install in the car. A catch can and a coolant reservoir. We got to fab it up, get all the brackets made, but first things first, let's try to fix this lean issue. So every time you mess with the TPS, the throttle position sensor, you need to set it back. And the easiest way to do it, I think, is pull up EvoScan if you have it available. And this reading right here where it shows TPS, that very top reading, right now it's 9.41. That needs to read 13.3. So we're just gonna grab the TPS and we're gonna adjust it until it reads 13.3. As you can see now, it shows 13.33333. So we're gonna tighten that down and lock it in place right there. All right, we went and did some quick runs. The car is running way better, but we're definitely gonna send in some data logs to More Automotive just because we changed up the intercooler piping in the BOV. I gotta make sure this thing's running top notch. So we're all finished up with that. That's a very common problem on these cars, is the throttle body shaft seals. I'll have them linked down below if you guys wanna pick up a set. Next thing that I've been wanting to do for a very long time is this key. This is a flip key, and I do need to get it cut. I haven't got it cut yet for this ignition, but what we're gonna do today, right now, take the chip out of our current key and put it in here, just so everything's on one. It'll be super nice. Lock, unlock, beep, beep, beep. That'll be dope. So let's see if we can figure it out. I believe if we pop open this key right here, we should be able to take the transponder out of it, put it in this one, and be able to lock and unlock our doors. And then tomorrow we can run in and get it cut to match that. Right now I'm going to take that screw out, take this thing apart, see if I can even find the chip that we got to swap over. So I might be wrong. I don't think there is a chip on here, but I'm taking the whole board out of the old key fob and I'm putting it in the new one, and it fits right in there. So technically we shouldn't have to do any reprogramming at all. So I'm going to pop out this battery, put it in this case, and that should literally be all we need to do. Plus, of course, get it cut. All right, I got it all figured out. You see that little metal ring that is around the battery? You have to swap that out as well from the old fob. And now watch this. We're gonna put this whole fob together. And if my calculations are correct, it should work. All right, the key is back together. Flip it open. That is so dope. Now let's see if the lock and unlock works. Check that out, guys. That is so sick. I'll have this exact key linked down below, the one I just used. I still need to get it cut. I think that is much nicer looking. It's got the little Mitsubishi badge on there. I think it's way nicer looking than the old setup. New, old. That's poop, that's good. Buy one of these. They're like $10 on eBay. All right, we got the key situated. Let's move on to the other sweet eBay parts we are gonna be installing today. So first things first, we have a coolant catch can. I was talking a while ago about wanting to find a billet or aluminum catch can. I got to thinking, why don't I just spend 20 bucks on a universal one, build a bracket, have my brother Austin weld it on there, powder coat it black, and we'll be done. So we have that. I'll link that down below if you guys want to do this on your own car. and then a universal catch can as well. Same concept, to build the bracket. This is the baffled one. I know they have non-baffled and baffled ones. Make sure you get a baffled one. So build a little bracket for this guy, and we'll have a decent little catch can. Let me show you where I'm thinking about installing the catch can. I think this is the next thing we're gonna do is the catch can, and I want it right on that battery relocation little bracket thing we made. We're gonna pull that white Bluetooth controller off and throw the catch can right there instead. So all said and done, it'll be sitting a little something like that, right up in there, and line to the valve cover, other line to the other side of the valve cover. So let's pop off this controller. I don't know where we're gonna mount it, but we can put it somewhere else. And let's build a little bracket for the catch can. Should be really easy to build. So we built this little L bracket out of aluminum. Don't worry, I still gotta clean it up. I'm gonna have Austin weld it up right there, drill 2 holes in it, and it'll bolt right on to the catch can. So right now we can get those holes drilled, we can get it sandblasted, and I gotta pull that guy off and get that cleaned up and ready to weld. Simple little bracket, $20 catch can, and we are on our merry way. All right, we're all finished up with that bracket. We can have that welded up tomorrow. Let's see what we can figure out with the coolant can now. This might be a little bit more difficult to build a bracket. I want it to mount to this factory location. Let's pull off the stock one. You can see why I want to change it out. It's pretty ugly looking, so let's pull it off and see if the new coolant can will even sit up in there, or if we're gonna have to completely change locations. Here is how that coolant reservoir bracket turned out. That one took a bit longer to make, but I'm pretty freaking pumped with my fab work with very, very limited fab skills and tools. I'm gonna have Austin weld both these up tomorrow. Then we can route all the lines for both tanks and get everything powder coated, and we'll be all finished up. In order to weld on that bracket, we're gonna have to grind some of this powder coat off. So let's bust out the grinder and get a little bit of powder coat off this thing. So here is everything we're getting welded up. That is the bracket for the coolant can, bracket for the oil catch can that is being welded on right there. We just got to my brother Austin's house, so let's head inside, have him weld these guys up. We can head back home, get them powder coated, and get everything installed on the car. The color we are spraying out these two parts is Silk Satin Black by Prismatic Powders. It is the same color as everything else in the engine bay, so it should look really, really nice. I'll have this exact powder linked down in the description box below, as well as the powder coat gun. Both of the parts are finished up and turned out absolutely amazing. Let's get them on the car, and then we have to figure out how we're gonna run the lines for our oil catch can, and I think we're gonna have to make a new line for the coolant reservoir as well. Everything is all finished up. I think the biggest improvement was definitely this coolant expansion tank. It looks so much better than that stock, like yellowish white one. That looks super, super nice. Pop off the cap, throw some coolant in there. We'll be all finished up with that. We were able to reuse that line that was already on here as well, so that was super nice. Catch can is all mounted up. The lines don't look super clean. I think it kind of cluttered up the engine bay a little bit, but there's no way to really get around that. You're gonna have lines running from the valve cover to the catch can no matter what. So that's the cleanest way I could find to do it. Both the catch can and that coolant expansion tank I'll link down below. You are gonna have to build some brackets, but if you have any sort of fab skills whatsoever, it was pretty freaking easy to do. Not bad at all. There is not much else we can do on the Evo today. This thing is really, really coming together. I did go ahead and send over a data log to More Automotive. We'll see what they have to say. We're gonna go back and forth. I'm not gonna film any of that. I've already filmed a ton of tuning stuff with them. So if you guys are wondering who's tuning on my cars, it is More Automotive. Chris Hoover over there has been absolutely killing it. These cars are making really, really good power, and I have some exciting news coming up for the Evo 10. We're gonna be changing up that setup a little bit. I'll explain it in the next video, but for today, that's all she wrote, boys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Everything that we did today will be linked down in the description box below. Catch can, the powder coat, the expansion tank, the powder coat gun, and that key as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you in tomorrow's episode.